welcome back to my Hound Dog experiments on Underdog. We're gonna go with JJ on this team. We're gonna do a balance build, and plan is we're probably gonna end with like a 3-6-6-3, maybe like a 3-5-7-3 type of build. Just something really balanced, like a 2-7-7-2, something like that. So it will most likely be 3-6-6-3 because I can kind of do both things I want to do. But I think maybe we do like a 2-5-8-2. Well, I wouldn't add up yet. It would be a 2-4-10-2, a 2-5-9-2 is what it could be. So something kind of like flat, and I'm taking a good amount of receiver capital, it's a good amount of running back capital, and then good on tight end and quarterback. So that's basically the idea of this one. I think this is not I think a strategy a lot of people do is because they kind of like think like, let me fill every position first before I start drafting. And I don't know if that's the best course of action, just depending on what values you're getting. But this year, it's really easy to get excited about the prices of tight end and grab tight end detours and quarterback detours. And so we're trying to talk through that and build a team accordingly with that. So we start with JJ, and honestly, we're coming up on the pick, so we'll stick around here and chat for a little longer. But I do like this type of build, but I think people will probably go a little too diverse with it, where they'll just like, okay, I'm gonna grab a receiver, then a running back, then a receiver, then a tight end, then a quarterback, and then you start with you basically start with like a 1-1-2-1, and you end up being pretty behind it. You either overspent somewhere or you're pretty behind at receiver, and it gets kind of hard to kind of deal with. But so I might go double receiver here to start, and then we'll kind of pat our running back group a bit, and yeah, we'll see how we want to do it. I think 3-6-6-3 makes the most sense, but in that case, you need to spend on your capital at receiver. So we'll decide how I want to do it. I think I'm going to do 5 running back, and then either 3 quarterback or 2, and then same with tight end, and then we'll go that route. So it won't be like a clean, even balance, but I think it will be, it'll be a balanced build in terms of like the capital that I spend on each player. I'll go Ayuk here. So we'll start with JJ Ayuk, a combo I honestly have a good amount of, but feels good. Even though this tier is kind of gross, we'll see. So maybe I'll do like a unique build where I'll just do something really crazy at every turn, but I don't know if I want to do that. That seems a little bit risky, but we could still do this type of build and go unique. So you can go like JJ and then reach down for like Devonta and then grab DK or something. That could be a route you can go if you want to get a little unique in a small tournament in a small window of time. So just options here of like how you want to get unique, but I think it'll be fun to experiment and kind of just experiment with new strategies, and whether they're new or not, just experiment in different ways and see how in a 5 entry contest, like which one does the best. And maybe that determines like what's really good this year or what was really good this year. And you can kind of like analyze that to decide what you want to do next year. Or it might say like, hey, if you build a team well, no matter what format or like what strategy you do, you can make it work if you just build the team right. So that's what I hope happens. I hope like all of them get through somehow, or like 3 of them get through, and I can kind of be like, okay, these strategies all 3 worked really well, and why is that? So, a lot of analysis here, a lot of value to be found here in this channel. All right, was hoping I'd get Devonta Smith. Did not get Devonta Smith, unfortunately. So, I mean, 3rd round Kyron is like nice, but I mean, he's been falling every single draft room I'm in. And if I want 6 running backs, I don't think I need Kyron. We'll go DK. I think balanced build. I mean, balanced build could be a lot of different things. I think for me, it's probably just like using similar capital at every position. And in that case, you would have more receiver than running back. So I think I will still go that route. I think I won't go like the 2-7 or the 3-7-7, 3-6-6-2 or the 2-6-3-6-6-3. I won't do that because that pretty much feels like a 0 RB build. Because if you're grabbing a ton of running back early, you don't need 6. So that wouldn't really make sense in a balanced build. So I think balanced build will be based on like draft capital and positional allocation. So a lot of mumbo jumbo there, but I think that's how I want to do the balanced build. I mean, there's no cut and dry like journal or formula of how you want to build a strategy. Just build it the way you want to and make it, make sense. But don't call it 0RB if you're grabbing Henry or something, right? But I think like depending on what you're doing, I don't think that how you implement the strategy is really what matters. It's more so like if you do it in a way that is smart and makes sense. And I think that's the way I want to do a balanced build. Because, I mean, if I'm doing a 3-6-6-3, I mean, that's just basically a 0RB with a triple elite or triple onesies, like quarterback and tight end. So, yeah, just imagine listening to these conversations if you're not a best ball player and you're like, what is this guy saying? He's just literally just spewing nonsense. Man, that's going to suck because I really wanted to get Hurts with Devonta. Oh, my God, are you kidding me, bro? This guy's putting me in a rough spot. I really was just going to take Kelsey and be good. Damn. All right. Let's go for it, I guess. Let's go for Lamar Andrews. I mean, man, that's frustrating because I was just going to take Kelsey there and be done. I was hoping he just grabbed Hurts, but, I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised he didn't take Hurts. Damn. Well, that would have made my life a little bit easier, but now I'm going to have to sweat this Andrews stuff. This team could be really off the rails. It's such a scary feeling when you grab Lamar and you're just, like, waiting to see if you get Andrews or not. These picks are interesting because we're getting them quick. Like, I could just vamp and then I got another pick coming up, but I'll try to pause it just so I can gather my thoughts a little bit between picks. All right, so sure enough, we're in the tough spot. This is really unfortunate, bro. Oh, man. This is not where I want to be at all, dude. Rim is trying to put me in a tough place. Can we make it out? Let's go. Let's go Worthy, I guess. Damn, that really sucks. It's really annoying when that happens. It's like I have a couple options and then I just end up with nothing. Like I go for Devonta here, miss Devonta, and then I'm like completely content taking Kelsey here, miss Kelsey, and then I miss Andrews by one pick too. It's like sometimes these rumors are going to happen. And you're just going to have to adapt. Like I already don't feel good about this team, but we're going to make it work. And how we're going to do that first is we're going to catch up at running back and kind of balance the team out a little bit. And hopefully we get a tight end, one of these tight ends here. Otherwise, we might just be looking at the 3-6-6-3 because we don't want to do that, I guess, because we have Lamar. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, most of the time I take Lamar and get Andrews coming back. Like it happens like 9 times out of 10 I get Andrews, but when I don't get him, it really puts you in an ugly spot where you don't have Lamar stacked, which is fine because you don't need him to be stacked. It's just like missing out on that elite pairing is really frustrating. So this guy goes Cook, Rashad White. He's a couple of the guys I was interested in. I got 2 running backs I want, so hopefully I get one of them, and then I'll feel slightly better, just so I can at least get a more even team. But we'll see what we can muster up here. It's not over yet. The draft's just begun. Lamar doesn't need to. He has rushing upside, so he doesn't need to, have. He doesn't need a passing partner, but it's just a little bit annoying to have this happen right away. Kenneth Walker goes too. All right, so I miss out on Rome. That's fine. I get Kittle back on track. Kittle Bowers is kind of fun. Kittle, I like pairing Kittle with another semi-elite guy because if you go Kittle and then go late tight end, then it feels pretty gross because you end up with Kittle's I don't know, he's just like a low floor tight end with a high ceiling, which is good, but you want something to cover those weeks where you're not going to have him pop off. But I got 3 partners here. I got the Purdy, I got the JJ, and the Geno stack available to me. So we'll figure out a way. We're going to land this plane. We're going to land it. It's just going to be a bumpy ride here. So hopefully we can make it work. This auto picking guy is honestly really hurting me because he took like the tight end in that tier, so then I ended up getting Andrews taken from me, and this guy auto picking is just really not helping me out, not giving me any favors. So Montgomery goes, the guy I was hoping to get as well. However, I feel fine. I'll grab I'm just gonna grab Brooks a little bit early. Don't hate it. It's fine. Not the end of the world. These guys all feel pretty similar to me. But I'm going to get my running backs going now. And I'm going to try to take like 4 or 5 from this range. We'll play it like that. And cost adjusted, this is like pretty balanced type stuff where obviously receivers are most important. I scale those heavy then in the beginning and then go a little bit running back heavy towards the mid round and grab a bunch of running backs then. Instead of like 0 RB is when like I probably would have 5 or 6 receivers here and then I'd take 1 running back, maybe Brooks as my first and go like 8. But I'm going to do 5 and try to take a bunch in this range and kind of balance it that way. And balance could be a lot of different things. It could just be like you go 2, 4, 10, 2, and you take 4 early running backs, or you balance it in a way where you make the numbers balanced, where you're like going to 2, 7, 7, 2, but then at the same time, that's like a 0 RB build, in my opinion. So you're not taking 7 running backs you shouldn't. If you're taking like Brees or something, you would not take 7 running backs with Brees ever. Probably 5 or 6 max with him. Because you're already spending a lot of capital, and if Brees doesn't get there, then you're like basically saying you need 1 out of 6 other running backs to help him, and it just doesn't seem logical in that sense. So we'll let this go all the way to the turn, because people are picking pretty quick. This is a quick draft, 12-minute video time, but I feel like this has been like 25 minutes or something already. It's about halfway done. So, feels faster than it is, maybe. I don't know. All right. Zamir's there. We got Warren, Najee. I don't really mind any of these guys. Just hope I can get a third from this tier. Whether that ends up being. Okay, I'm gonna go with Najee this time. Not a guy I always take, but I don't mind it at all. Good running back tier. Hopefully I can get one of these to fall. In this room, I've not been getting any favors, so I probably won't get any of those guys I want, but we'll see if the room is nice to me this time. Coming up on where Bowers and Njoku go, so I can get my second tight end and stop. That's a little bit tempting as well. So we might go that route and stop at tight end with 2. All right. Once again, not getting what I want. Bowers goes. This whole tier of running back goes as well. I could run a Njoku. I think I'm going to roll with Goddard and go Benson here instead. And yeah, I think I'm going to go that route. Go double rookie running back. Not perfect, but I think it's fine. Obviously, I'm looking at these Baltimore guys late, because if I'm missing out on, Likely might be probably a good bet on this team. Maybe, Andrews misses a week or 2, or Likely just ends up being useful. Probably should be thinking about Likely if I go 3 tight end here. And I think that might be where we're going. If I don't get Goddard, I think I'm going 3 tight end. But yeah, not getting this room just not being nice to me. Sometimes this happens and it's frustrating, but that's why you draft more than one team, and hopefully your next one does better. So it is what it is. Once again, guys, hey, if you guys have not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing experimental and fun strategy content all summer long, trying to do different stuff and trying to teach you guys new strategies that I'm trying. And, we'll see how they work. Maybe one will work, maybe one won't work. I'm pretty confident that 1 or 2 of them will work well, and I can talk about it throughout the off season. Hopefully, maybe I win a contest with it. That would be sick. And a strategy that I thought of, or at least tried to implement it in a different way. So we'll be talking through all those new strategies with you guys, and make sure you stay tuned and subscribe for that. So appreciate you guys hanging out as well. And yeah, let's hopefully land the plane on this one in a good way. And yeah, start off all right. Missing Andrews obviously hurt, and then I've just missed a lot of tiers of players that I like, and it gets hard, man. Sometimes the draft rooms are not kind to you. 4 picks away. Let's stay on. Let's stay on here. We don't need to pause. We'll stay on. This one might be a little bit longer video, just with how the lineup of the picks make. All right, Singletary probably not on the menu with a week 11 bye. B-Rob's definitely an option. Tajay's there. We're definitely going 3 tight end now that we missed out on this tier. I mean, Schultz is probably fine if I Stroud, but I don't, so I'm not gonna force that. Getting close to our quota of running back that we need. Probably gonna stop soon. We can either grab 2 in this tier and then stop, or 1 more. And slow down and pick another one later. I think I'm leaning to grabbing 2 and being done. B-Rob or Spears seem both of them are pretty fun options. B-Rob probably the best one right now for this team to get some volume. Then Chase Brown's definitely on the menu too. Okay, Tajay goes. Okay, I didn't want Tajay this time. And B-Rob goes. Oh my God, man. Woo! All right. Geez, man, I am just not having a good time with this room. Let's go with... Okay, give me Chase Brown. We'll go that route instead. Gosh, it's super frustrating, man. At least you guys can see me feel uncomfortable. I mean, there's a lot of times I'm just in my comfort zone in these rooms, but it's good to be out of it. But sometimes when I'm out of my comfort zone, that means like I'm not getting structured the way I want to, which is not at all good for me, because I think my biggest edge is my structure and the way I like allocate capital and build my teams, and it is not working out right now. But balanced build. Hey, we're trying to get a balanced build. 1-4-4-1. That's about as balanced as you can get. Capital wise, seems accurate. Running back's less important. We grab 4 a little bit later, and we got 4 early receivers. So we shall see. We'll keep it rolling. All right. Surprise, surprise. We're back in the range we don't like. Gonna go with Downs here. We can go Wicks too. Probably gonna rip. I'm gonna rip Wicks here, and then if I can get Downs coming back, I'll grab him. Otherwise, we have some running backs here that aren't awful. Probably just going 1 more running back and stopping with like Kendre or Lloyd or Dowdle, Zeke. We'll probably stop with one of these and be done at running back with 5. But we'll see. I mean, we got 4 guys with definitely Brenson like could not play for a while, or like not play a lot. And then we have Najee, of course, that's going to get touches right away. Brooks, I think, is going to get touches right away. Chase Brown should be the number 2 out of the gate. So I think one's fine. Could go 2 running back if I want. Yeah, this might be a 2-6-8-2. I think I probably need 2 running backs, so I'll go 2-6-8-2 on this one, where it's not like a pure 0 RB, but in some ways it kind of is. But I think balance-wise, I think it is pretty balanced in terms of the way I'm building it too. So a lot of the balance builds are kind of 0 RB-ish anyways. 5 picks away. Let's write it out. Let's write it out. Yeah, I already know I'm not going to like what I have here, but I think it's going to be a unique room for me. Unique build, which was the whole purpose of this challenge. So we'll make it work. Yeah, I'm going Kendre, Lloyd, Dowdle all seem fine here. Probably lean Dowdle. I guess Sharps probably is the best pick. I don't know, I like all of them. Downs went right away. I didn't even sniff that opportunity. Schultz, of course, is there if you want to go that route. But I think if I go Schultz, I'd rather just have like a Houston stack. So doesn't feel good. He's kind of like Komet. Like I don't want Komet at all unless I have Caleb. So that's kind of where I'm at with good old Schultz as well. I'd rather just get him with Stroud and stack him up there. I don't really see the upside in him having without Stroud. Because you're just hoping you get a touchdown and then like some good yards with him. Same can be said with most tight ends, but I just don't really see with those guys. Like Kmet could just be the fourth guy that gets targets, and I just would rather bet on touchdowns in that case. All right, we're back. About to be on the clock. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I could just stop with Chandler if he's there. Polk's kind of fun in this build just because I like his upside potential to take, to outdo his draft capital. Coming up on Bateman range too. Let's go Ty Chandler, and then we're gonna grab. Probably gonna triple stack Baltimore with these back guys. You don't have to do this, but I think if you're gonna miss out on those other running backs, we could stop a running back with 6. That's more than enough capital. You're gonna miss out on the guys you want. You probably want to at least get the other guys. So like if you're stacking Buffalo, if you're gonna miss out on Kincaid and Keon Coleman, like at least try to grab Shakir and like Curtis or Shakir and Knox or something. Like grab something, MVS, Claypool, whatever your flavor is. But I think just grab something there so that you're making a bet against that. So it's like maybe one of Andrews or Flowers goes down, or one of Andrews or Flowers isn't hit, and then we get like a Bateman breakout or a Devonta's like breakout. Like it's less likely, but that's just at least there. And then obviously, like if Andrews is hurt, likely he's a mega nuke. So try to build off what you get, and if you miss out on players, you can still bet against. You can still use that to your advantage in some. All right, back on the clock, grabbing Bateman here. Shad Bateman, he's honestly on the way up, which is kind of gross to think about, but who knows? Maybe this is actually the year for him. Probably not, but it worked for other people. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But glad to get Bateman at least. I was kind of worried he was going to get sniped because people are kind of reaching on him right now. So I got Bateman. Gonna go for Devonta's and then Likely as well. Likely is probably the most important piece here, especially when I miss Andrews. It's pretty important I get Likely, so I'll probably just lock him in next pick. And then I got option of want to go JJ, McCarthy, maybe Fant will still be there, or sorry, Gino will still be there. And yeah, I could go Fant too as like a third tight end. So maybe I will just grab. I could just go the Gino route and double stack Gino. But I like the Baltimore, Minnesota, and Seattle. They both line up pretty well in terms of like bye week, and also just their players line up well for me. All right, we're back on the clock. We're gonna run with. I can't miss Likely right now. I'm gonna grab Likely. I cannot miss Likely on this team. I think that makes more sense than to go for Gino now. If I get Gino coming back, I might consider, but then I might miss Fant, and then it might defeat the purpose. But I might just grab Fant either way. But yeah, I just can't miss Likely on this team because I think Likely is really important as a piece that works towards me. Like Likely could be a big value if Andrews doesn't hit. So that is someone I want to lock in this team, especially when I'm missing stacks on Baltimore, and I want to get them stacked up at the very least a little bit. Even if it's at a cheap price, it could be, this could be the best stacks you can get just because one of Bateman, Walker, and Likely are hits. All right, back on the clock. Gino's still there. I want the Fontes Walker as well. So let's grab Gino. That's fun. We have a double stack already. Let's just grab Gino. I was gonna go JJ McCarthy, but I don't need to take that. I mean, I don't really need it, especially if Gino's gonna come back to me like this. So we'll go that route, and then I will take Fant, and then if I get Walker, I'll just take him at 18th, my 18th pick, but I'm not going to force it because I really like grabbing Fant here if I can get him. If Fant's not there, then I just take Walker, and we'll grab a tight end later, like Dulcich or Sanders or something like that, something like that. But I'm going to grab Fant if he's there, and then we'll see what happens with Walker, and I'm not even opposed to taking out Aguilar just for a fun last pick. Well, I shouldn't say fun, but just a different last pick because he was good last year. Like, he's probably more of a bet against Bateman, but I mean, he was actually pretty good last year. And not like they added a ton of capital. They added one rookie, and they still have the same guys, and they got rid of Odell, and they got rid of Duvernay. So like nothing really changed other than getting rid of some guys and adding a rookie with Walker. But Rasheen Ali goes. Wow. Okay. And I have a lot of like, I kind of don't have conviction between JJ McCarthy there and Fant and Gino, but the fact that I can get Fant here and double it up, well, I'm not going to get Fant, but the fact that I could have got double there was kind of worth it for me, whereas I don't really get the double stack with Minnesota there. But I'll take Walker. That's fine. And then this last pick's kind of luxury, and I'm going to go tight end to make sure that's strong enough for this team. 10 picks away. We'll talk about it after the wrap here. But yeah, one more tight end. I think I'm going to lean towards Dulcich, Gesicki. Kraft is okay. There's not a lot of like, I mean, Jelani Woods is on the way up, but I don't really think that's smart. They have like 75 tight ends on the team. So I'm not really in on those guys until there's like a little more clarity. All right. Right here, I'm going to go with Dulcich, I think. I like Bellinger as like kind of a dart throw. I think there's going to be, I'm going to wait though, but I think there's going to be some windows where you're going to want to take those secondary Giants guys that were not getting drafted. Like I took a lot of Tracy, so I really hope Tracy is the guy there for number 2 running back. But there's a world where it's easily Eric Gray and Bellinger for the number 2. And Bellinger seems like the clear number 2 right now if Waller retires. But even then, like, it'll probably be like a 50-50 split between Theo, Johnson, and Bellinger by the time, or maybe like one of them takes the job outright. But I probably need to think about that a little bit because I did take a bit of Theo Johnson and a lot of Tracy, but now I need to chill just to see what happens and kind of get off the hype train of those guys right now. But we'll see what happens. All right, we'll wrap this video up here. It's going to be a little bit of a longer one because the way my picks lined up, but first off, this draft room, I hate this draft room. This was like a really hard room to draft in. Oh man, such a big, such a hard issue to deal with. I mean, it's not a hard issue to deal with. It's just, I'm just crying because I wanted to have a better team. But what balanced build here? 2, 6, 7, 3 feels like a balanced build, grabbing like a lot of capital at most positions and grabbing enough capital at every position with upside baked in to an extent. But not my favorite players I picked. I don't like the players a lot, but I think building this balanced team was really difficult, just trying to figure out where I wanted to piece my players together, where I wanted to stop at receiver, where I wanted to start at running back and stop at running back. It was really hard. So fun team though. All in all, like once I got done with it, it was not fun drafting it, to be honest. But we got Gino and Lamar at quarterback with Jonathan Brooks, Najee Harris, Trey Benson, Chase Brown at running back with Zach Charbonnet and Ty Chandler. We got Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, DK Metcalf, Xavier Worthy, Dante Wicks, Bateman. Walker get double stack of receivers for Baltimore. We get Likely, Dulcich, and Kittle at tight end. Decent group there. Just something to like supplement Kittle when he has his down weeks. Hopefully we get something out of Likely or Dulcich in there. And then Likely obviously has upside if Andrews doesn't get there. So yeah, 2, 6, 7, 3. Not a bad team. Got a balanced build here. This one will be coming out. Gonna probably supplement these out like every 2 days. I'll probably upload another strategy video, and yeah, you guys will be seeing these coming out soon. This will be the 3rd one in the series out of 5. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you subscribe once again if you're new. Appreciate it.